Welcome back, everybody. We're back, and Dad's not behind Mum this time.
We're missing someone. He's off today, first day of his job. New job, thank God for that.
Yeah.
God. He's such a grump the way he gets nervous, isn't he, Josh? Such a grump.
Every time he starts a job or goes before an interview, he gets really anxious.
Yeah, so I think he said once he gets today out of the way, he'll be alright. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I know there's going to be people typing in the comments, "Oh, Josh, why don't you go get a job?" I've never explained it, but I've explained it several times in comments. One, we don't share a bank account, so why would I go to work for them? I've got to save up for my own life, haven't I?
He does contribute. He does pay a third to the diesel and a third
to the food. And
on Olive.
Occasionally, Mum and Dad take some money from the Tailors Aboard.
This month I think we're going to take a third of Tailors Aboard.
Because I do get quite a decent amount from Tailors Aboard.
Yeah.
Nothing to... If I was living on my own, I could probably live off of it.
Yeah, you probably could if you were on your own.
Yeah.
But
yeah, most of it just stabilises my bank account, really. So I've been... Yeah, my bank account's really just stayed stabilised for 2 years, which is okay, I guess. But I'm not really saving anything. And free, I might start working in the winter in the Llangollen.
And on the Llangollen.
I might get a job then when we're not cruising as much.
Well, hopefully Andy's got Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Because they desperately need need a full-time chef really, but I don't want Andy doing full-time really, do we?
No.
Because we won't have any time for cruising. And Monday to Thursday is split shift, so it's no good for us really, because we're quite a way away.
Yeah, we're still an hour and a half at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're cruising 10 miles today, and it is the next day. Because usually every other day, but we're going to cruise Sunday, but Fenny Compton's closed on Sunday, the only day it's closed. And we want to get some diesel there because we're very low on diesel still.
Yeah, put a little bit in yesterday, but not enough.
Yeah,
so
but 20 litres doesn't go very far anymore.
No, not
in
and the price of it as well is, silly. Right, so let's get on this. You haven't got much on the SSD card, have you?
Yeah, I've only got 22 minutes. Mum's chomping at the bit to go. Beautiful cruise today in the middle of the countryside.
Yeah.
10 miles to Marston Dolls.
Fingers crossed, everything goes smoothly.
Let's do it. I've got the old GoPro on today. The quality is not quite as good, but at least it's reliable. The other one, it just stopped recording after about 30 seconds. I don't know why. It's very picky. For anyone wondering, there's plenty of parking. This is where we parked our car, just above this bridge here, 143. There's some very desirable private moorings here. It appears that they can do anything they want with their plot of land as well. The Canadian geese are starting to fly over from colder places, so they can spend the winter here in our milder climate. There's the old bridge that goes over the feeder for the canal, goes up to a reservoir that does. I'm not sure if it even feeds anymore. I reckon that van's had a new, wing or something. It's not faded with the rest of the orange. As we mentioned before, it would be quite nice for Mum and Dad to get one of these private moorings eventually and build their own wooden cabin on it when they want to settle down. Fender's growing his own little tree. It's quite sad to see these long forgotten narrowboats that haven't been driven in years. I wonder when its last cruise was. Very tight corner coming up for Mum. It's going to be hard because there's a lot of power and the tiller's going to be very hard. More power. You won't make the corner if you don't. Don't stick too close to that side. I think we'll be alright. Maybe, I don't know.
Way round. Will I make it?
God! Yeah, we didn't make it. Should have a bit more. It's going to be very shallow here, so...
As you can see at the moment, the day is quite gloomy and it's very black and white this time of year. There's not much colour left, apart from our lovely flowers at the front still, which are only still going because Dad keeps deheading the flowers, making them grow more.
Oh dear, it's not good. It's lucky you blasted your horn, man. Miles over that, man. We're coming into Fanny Cogden Tunnel now, but it isn't actually a tunnel. Yeah, there used to be a tunnel here, but they removed it over time just to make a deep cutting because the land wasn't really deep enough for a tunnel anyway. So eventually they just turned it into a deep cutting because it was making too much. Because they had competition with the Grand Union Canal, they had to make the Oxford Canal faster because that was the original north to south route before the Grand Union. But we made a whole video dedicated on it, so go watch that, Fanny Cogden Tunnel. But we're going to make sure no one's coming because it's only single file. It's like going down into Llangollen. You only have one boat go down at a time. But no one's coming at the moment, luckily.
A lot of you may be thinking, well, what's the point in taking the tunnel apart when it's just as narrow anyway? Back in the day when boats were horse-drawn and they had to go through a tunnel that didn't have a towpath, they had to leg it through, and it was a long and arduous job. But now the tunnel was gone, they could have a towpath in order to tow the boats through, so it's a lot faster in the end. At one point it was one long tunnel here, then it was split into two tunnels, and then eventually both those two tunnels were removed as well. As you can see, this is the wide bit in the middle when there was two tunnels. It doesn't necessarily mean that two boats can go past each other, because it is very shallow on both sides. You've got to stick to the middle, otherwise you get grounded.
Looks like we've got a boat coming, guys. Tell you what, we managed to get through and no boats coming through in May. I think this canal is busier than it was in May, to be honest with you. Wider down here, so you should be able to pass each other. Okay? That was alright, guys. It stopped for us and waited. It's very wide here. It's the only wide bit, isn't it? There's an old brick kiln up there, guys, because they used to make the bricks here to build the tunnel, and that's the old winch. And then after that, they used it to make bricks elsewhere, so they used that winch to take it down into the canal and load it up.
This is probably about where the second tunnel started, as it seems a bit narrow here, but I don't really know.
Crossover bridge. We made it through Fenny Compton Tunnel with nothing going wrong, really. That was good.
Things seem to be brightening up a bit now. Looks like we might be in for a nice afternoon.
Sunken boat. Yeah, it's sunk, isn't it?
And this is Fenny Compton Marina, which has a wharf where we can get some diesel, and there's also a pump out here and a little chandlery. And don't forget, this is where the CRT rubbish is, just down by the car park.
We had to move the boat like 3 times, just so the hose will reach. Last time it was a little easier because we were coming the other way.
This is minimum anyway, George.
Huh?
20 litres minimum anyway. Can you see the thing from there, George?
Yeah.
Put in a little bit of diesel, that should keep us going for a while, and we're on our way to the water point now. Whose butt he's referring to, we may never know. Maybe he's talking about his own butt. Right, time to stop off and get some water. And the rubbish used to be here, but I presume because of fly tipping they removed it, and now that's why it's at the marina.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to turn there. It's got like 70 foot, right?
Are you trying to turn then?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, we usually do.
Oh, do you?
Well, yeah, we do. We do
70 foot?
It is.
Oh, now he's come out. You want to be on the vlog?
No, we can be on the vlog.
Met a couple of lovely subscribers.
Yes.
The boat Moorhen down there, isn't it?
Yes, more hen.
Lovely little boat. Yeah, I just said, oh, we just seen a Moorhen down there. There's another one down there, you know.
Yeah,
Near
there is,
Fenny
right at the
Compton,
bottom
yeah.
there, yeah.
On the long-term moor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're from Devon as well, so 50 thumbs up.
Thumbs up
Cool.
for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're being rushed off because they want to turn.
Right. See you later, guys.
See ya.
What's your names?
Duncan and Donna.
Duncan and Donna.
Duncan and Donna, D&D.
Yeah.
Duncan and Donna. Nice meeting you guys.
Right.
See you later.
Now they can turn.
We pretty much had two choices today, either moor here, which would make it about a 3-mile cruise, or cruise 10 miles to Marston Dolls. And 3 miles with no locks is barely like an hour and a half, so we decided to just go for the whole 10 miles.
CRT are doing banquet days, yeah. So, yeah, Mum's sticking too close to this side, so she couldn't turn. So, we're in a bit of an awkward situation here. Well, stick to the middle, don't cut the corner.
And here we go. This is the most beautiful section of the Oxford Canal, in my mind, because it's 7 miles with no villages, no towns, and not even a public road crossing it. That's why we have to go to Marston Dolls, which is 7 miles away. Oh, I do love a lone tree. It just enhances the landscape. Such beauty. This is where the medieval village of Wormleaton was, and you can still see the lumps and bumps here from where it used to be, and it was first recorded in Anglo-Saxon document of AD 957, and also in the Domesday Book. I think the downfall of it was in 1490 when the land got turned over to sheep grazing, which it is still now. It's funny because this bridge is called Old Town Bridge, which is a reference to the old village here. This is where the Oxford Canal takes a huge 1.5 mile detour to get round this hill, and if it was straightened like the North Oxford Canal was, it probably would have cut through this land right here.
No, it's this one here. It's the hole I fell down, guys. Watch your feet on these canals. No one ever uses these footpaths, really. They're so unused. In the middle of nowhere.
As you can see, what started off as a grim, horrible day has turned into a beautiful autumn day.
Actually met another boat. I'm not on a corner. Still managed to crash though because no one was too far over that side. Yeah, once you're in shallow you can't really control it. Just don't really want it.
This is where the canal begins to turn back on itself and go back the way it just came, but it's on a very tight bend with the bridge on it.
There's a tight one right on the corner. Hit pretty hard on that one, guys.
I believe this giant tower is an RAF beacon tower. This truly is a beautiful and remote spot here, and I would love more than anything to moor up here, but unfortunately we've got to get to Marston Dill so Dad can come back. From what I was reading online, this is where the HS2 will cross the Oxford Canal on a viaduct on its way to Southam, but they've made quite a lot of progress in the 5 months we were here since May.
Over there, guys, the Canal Bridge. Shows how bendy it is. Right, it's an extremely tight bend this one, so. Yeah.
As you can tell, this canal has quite a lot of sharp bends, and that's because it had to follow the contours of the land. So they took whatever route was easiest, so they didn't have to build cuttings or embankments, which results in the canal looking like a load of squiggly lines on a canal map. I think we definitely had enough power to make this turn, but the canal is really shallow, so it struggles to turn sometimes. It's really not often you get miles and miles of uninterrupted, beautiful countryside.
Honestly, guys, it's so beautiful for this stretch. One of my favourite stretches of Canal General. This is.
Wasn't it, Josh, when we came?
Yeah. And it's in the middle of nowhere. We haven't seen one person on the towpath. And we've almost cruised like, I don't know, 8 miles. Well, from this remote section, we've seen no one, but it's just, there's no boats, there's no one. It's just complete wilderness. And we'd have no worries with the cats here. There's just no parking. There was parking at that village back there, which is Prior's Hardwick.
His dad's coming back at night time. So.
Yeah, it's half a mile walk to the parking. But honestly, if we didn't have the car, I wouldn't mind getting stuck in this pound. I really wouldn't. It's just beautiful. First moving boat we've seen in about 2 hours and like 6 miles or whatever. And here's the curious case of the guy who bought a narrowboat thinking it was a caravan. I still don't know the story behind this bloody boat.
If anybody does, let us know.
It's ridiculous. I think he's done it so he doesn't have to pay the CRT to moor his boat here. So he's built in his own land, he dug out a little channel, got his boat in there, left it in there. Absolutely crazy. It's higher up as well.
Still isn't what?
Yeah.
Sadly, we were reaching the end of the most isolated section of Canal that we've ever cruised, really. And I absolutely love that section. I really would love to spend more time there. But we're approaching Marston Dolls now, coming back into civilization.
looking like there is more space behind it. There's a water point here. We can't moor on that though.
It's like there's space, but I don't know if it's enough.
Beautiful. There's just enough room here for us. And it's winter mooring, but it's not going to turn into winter mooring for a couple more days. So we'll be fine here until we want to move Monday.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. I just
To Marston Dolls.
just whacked me. The tiller's just whacked me in the head
Bonk.
though. I was just tying the rope on again because it was loose and bonk.
Yeah, we actually made it to Marston Dolls.
We're in one piece.
I was a bit worried because I remember last time there was people hogging these Armco spots because
Yeah,
there's
that
water
was-
just there, so they don't have to cruise to get water. But yeah, okay. There's only one boat here.
Luckily, in 2 days' time, this goes into winter moorings.
Yeah, I was lucky as well for that because we wouldn't be able to moor here because we don't have a winter mooring permit.
Yeah, so that's good news.
So yeah, that's really good actually because just as we're leaving, it goes to winter mooring. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
well, we're leaving Monday. That's the 31st of October. So the winter moorings on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Parking's just down there, not very far for Dad because it would have been about third of a mile back there, but it's only about like I don't even know, not even a quarter of a mile.
Toby and Lick, because you're exploring that boat.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, there's enough space for about 3 boats here, 3 small boats and 2 full-length boats.
Yeah.
Like, there's no room hardly at all.
Well, very lucky.
Yeah.
Really?
And the lock's just round the corner and it was against us. So we're not going any further.
No, we're not going through that.
Yeah, because then there's a little flight, Napton on the Hill flight, or Napton.
Yeah. Dad
Right.
can do that with us on Monday.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 locks.
Quite a long day. Oh, excuse me. Quite a long
10
day
miles. It's half 3.
though. What's the time?
Half 3, I think that's wrong.
Oh, half
getting
3.
changed
What
it.
time do we leave? Start?
Yes, it's 22:04 actually.
20 to 4. What time
I
does it
don't
start?
know, like 10ish.
Oh,
half
about
10.
Half 10?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No.
Just over 5
I
hours.
said it would be about 5 hours, didn't I?
Yeah, that's not too bad, really.
Nothing really went wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to cruise again Monday, like we say. I think there's a weather front coming in. It's going to be a bit of rain tomorrow, I think. And then
That's-
Tuesday's going to be weather front.
We've
And then
had
Thursday's going to be
so-
weather front.
That's such a busy week.
Yeah.
We really have such a busy week. I know.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Oh, thanks for watching, guys.
Please like and subscribe. Click the red button.
Yeah, red button.
Yeah.